So believe it or not, I actually miss charting with FAM. I know a lot of pregnant women are like, woohoo, like I don't have a period, this is great. And I totally get it, but I actually really do miss it. I'll explain why a little bit. So last month I was like 14 weeks pregnant, and I was explaining to a friend briefly and casually how FAM works, and I wanted to show her an example chart on my app that I use to chart. And I go to my phone and my app's not there. And I was so confused for a second, and then I quickly realized I'd gotten a new phone for Christmas, and I'd only been downloading apps like as I was using them, just my most used. And I hadn't downloaded it yet because I haven't been using it, which was so bizarre to me because it's an app I've been using every day for the past like 5 years. So it was so bizarre to me to not have it on my phone. Then the other night I was biking home and I saw the full moon. You know when it like catches you and you're like, oh wow, full moon. And I instantly thought, what I always think when I see a full moon is, where am I in my cycle? I like to know, like, am I about to ovulate? Am I about to start my period? Like usually it syncs with the moon, give or take a day or so. But then I realized I don't have a cycle. I'm not synced with it. And it was totally threw me off my bearings. I felt like I didn't know what day it was. I was just like, it was so weird. Like I had nothing to reference my time besides obviously a growing belly. I guess that's helpful. But for so long now, I've been what they call cycle syncing, which is when you really align your life and your food and stuff and your social life, and your workouts according to your cycle. So in the first trimester, I remember thinking, I don't know when to work out. I don't know when to hang out with my friends. I don't know when to work on more detailed oriented tasks for work, because all those decisions I used to base around where I was in my cycle, because based on what your hormones are doing, it can really help those certain tasks. I explain a lot more of that in my other post called Harnessing the Power of Your Cycle, but the whole concept is called cycle syncing. And believe it or not, I even missed checking for cervical fluid. So this is just checking your underwear and your toilet paper, and there was always something for it to tell me every day before when I was charting. If I was fertile or not fertile, I could always know based on my cervical fluid. And now I was finding myself checking my underwear and my toilet paper, and there is still sometimes stuff there, but it's not interesting. So I was just like, huh, okay. Like, it was just so weird to automatically be checking and then for it to just not really tell me anything. So I'm sharing all this because the number one thing I hear from women of why they don't want to learn FAM is because they believe that charting would be a hassle. They think it's too complicated to learn how to take your basal body temperature or to decipher cervical fluid, so then they don't even bother trying. Of course, no new habit comes overnight. So at first, I would say for the first 3 months, you're learning and there's a learning curve. And so it might feel like you have to think about it a lot, but then after 3 months, it should start becoming second nature, and you don't even think about it. Not only does it become second nature, but it can actually become a joy. And it's not just me, crazy FAM lady, who thinks this. I've heard this from many of my clients where it gives them joy to be able to know and be so in tune with their body because of what they are deciphering in their cervical fluid or their temperature. So if that was one of the things that's been holding you back from learning FAM because you think it's a burden or something, I just want to encourage you to try. And I promise it will become second nature, and it'll probably become a joy for you too.